everyone, I'm Lauren Leal. Welcome to Hot on Homes. So you found the home of your dreams, you've made an offer, the deal is done, or so you think, until the builder makes a counter offer. This is no big deal, so don't be alarmed and definitely don't lose hope. You're closer to the new home than you think. A counteroffer means you're just a little farther apart in price than maybe your first thought. The best thing about getting a counteroffer is that the builder is definitely interested in getting you the home. You just may have to talk about a few things before the deal gets done. The best thing about a counteroffer is that it puts the negotiating power back in your hands. Before we get into that though, let's visit our first beautiful new community. Picture yourself frolicking on white sand beach with palm trees gently swaying in the breeze. You are surrounded by a sun-kissed crystal lagoon where you can lounge, swim in the turquoise blue water, or dine lagoon-side on the beach boardwalk. Master-planned community Lago Mar is home to a 12-acre crystal lagoon and is the ultimate staycation destination. The heartbeat of Lago Mar is the 100-acre entertainment district, offering residents a myriad of activities to unwind and enjoy the outdoors. A well-appointed 12,000-square-foot clubhouse, a world-class water sports facility offering kayaks, paddleboards, and sailboats are just a few of the recreational opportunities at your beck and call. Lago Mar also boasts more than a mile of unspoiled beaches, a cabana pool, a kids' beach with water features, and a floating obstacle course. A 12-foot wide green bolt trail meanders through the community and is well suited for pedestrians as well as segways, electric golf carts, or bicycles. No matter which transportation method you choose, you're bound to enjoy the adventure. Once you've worked up an appetite, visit the Blue Lagoon Bar and Grill to dine or have drinks and watch the sun go down while overlooking the majestic Lago Mar environment. Lago Mar features contemporary designs built by some of Houston's most impressive home builders. The community is crafted on over 2,000 acres of gated and non-gated neighborhoods. Located on the southwest shoreline of Galveston Bay, just minutes south of Houston off I-45 in Texas City. Living the Lago Mar lagoon life is a breeze with many schools, restaurants, and shopping nearby. Live your ultimate vacation every day in Houston's hottest open-air waterfront playground, Texas City Tropics of Galveston Bay. Lago Mar, where you don't have to get away to find your ultimate getaway. Stop by today and see what it's like when your doorstep leads to paradise.
Building your own lot is a program that I think everybody is going to start looking into, because going to a regular community, it's going to be limited. You know, as far as your choices are concerned, building on a lot is going to give you the opportunity to build not only a house of your dream, customize it how you want. It's going to give you the opportunity to think outside the box, more or less, and build something that you really want to personalize.
There are many places to look for your next home, but sifting through hundreds of pre-owned homes, fixer-uppers, foreclosures, apartments, and rental properties can be confusing, not to mention exhausting. We've helped Texans find the perfect new home for years, and now it's easier than ever. Just scan the QR code and download our easy app. You'll be able to search for new home communities, watch hundreds of home builder videos, tour hundreds of available new homes, and you can join tens of thousands of other local home shoppers in our Home Shopper Club. Members receive special sneak peek emails before each show, personalized updates on new communities, special notices about new homes based on your criteria, and our Home Shopper magazine. It's fun, easy, and the fastest way to learn about the very best builders and community developers in Texas. Scan the code and join the fun. There's no place like Hot on Homes. Sunterra is the #1 selling community in Houston and zoned to the #1 ranked district, Katy ISD. Imagine walking along a white sand beach and swimming in the turquoise blue waters of a crystal clear lagoon amenity. Sunterra, a 2,303-acre premier master-planned community in flourishing Katy, Texas, is emerging as a masterpiece in residential living. Sunterra will soon be home to a crystal clear lagoon that will be situated within an expansive resort-style amenity village featuring white sand beaches and family-friendly water sports. Families of Sunterra will also enjoy an additional amenity village anchored by a lazy river. Living in paradise is finally within your reach. All of the homes built in Sunterra offer an exclusive technology package designed to provide homeowners with the tools needed to feel safe and secure in their new home. Each home is pre-wired with enhanced smart home features. Families that live in Sunterra enjoy an active outdoor lifestyle. The community features many lakes and recreation opportunities for families of all ages. Getting around Sunterra is an adventure on its own. Residents can walk, jog, drive electric power carts or scooters to their favorite community destination along the Green Bolt Trail system, a massive 12-foot wide paved trail that winds through Sunterra. This ultimate trail provides a journey that's almost as exciting as the destination. Conveniently located just north of I-10 and west of the Grand Parkway, Sunterra is right in the heart of Katy, Texas. This gives residents easy access to highly rated Katy ISD schools, area employment centers, and plenty of fun shopping and dining opportunities. Visit one of the outstanding builders today to see why so many families are now calling Sunterra home.
Hi, I'm Dak Prescott, Chief Quarterback Officer at Monument Realty. When searching for an agent, it's important to find one that offers unparalleled market expertise and the highest level of customer service. As a brokerage, Monument Realty is not only a leader in innovation, research, and technology, but our team of expert agents represent the best and the brightest in the industry. With Monument on your team, you'll have a trusted resource to guide you through every step of the process. Win with Monument.
Uncover and explore a hidden oasis with hill country backdrops and breathtaking views of the scenic San Gabriel River. Wolf Ranch by Hillwood Communities offers a fresh, new way of life where residents thrive within a modern, vibrant community in Georgetown, Texas. From green spaces, parks, and trails to an on-site lifestyle program with planned events and award-winning curated amenities, there are endless opportunities to connect with family, friends, and neighbors. Wolf Ranch has selected a handful of award-winning builders known for quality construction, attention to detail, and a commitment to excellence. Conveniently located a half a mile from I-35 and Highway 29 intersection and just minutes north of Austin, Wolf Ranch is the perfect place to live, work, and play. Wolf Ranch, where resort-style amenities, designer details, and wide-open spaces abound. Come home to Wolf Ranch today.
Homes in North Texas, building basements is not as easy as people think. That's why most people don't build basements. There's a system in place now where we can actually build a swimming pool in the ground, build a room inside that, and then build a house over the top. We've set all of our form boards, which is the outer perimeter. As we kind of go in closer onto it, you'll see where we've actually marked out where the basement is itself. There's really no size that we can't do. Most of the customers right now are doing anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 square feet, and that's a lot of basement. That's a lot of floor area to be able to do whatever you want with it. We've excavated the hole. We've jackhammered out all the rock and the stone and all that. We're utilizing the excavation in order to form our actual basement. It's stronger. You're actually 14 foot 10 inches in the ground. It creates a tornado shelter. It's everything that you ever thought a basement would be, and you're able to do so much more with it with the way that we've adapted our designs to incorporate the basement. In this case, we've actually formed the walls. We've installed our vapor barrier, and now we've installed our steel on top of it. Now we're scheduled to start the gunite process or shotcrete process and start actually pouring the walls themselves. The way we do it, we actually come down and we round into it. In that rounded process, that's actually creating more structural integrity than what you would in a normal basement where you just pour a seal slab with two walls on top of it. It's really just all around a better product.
Today's homeschool topic is USDA loans. A USDA loan is a loan with the United States Department of Agriculture. This mortgage is offered to rural property owners by the Department of Agriculture. The USDA does not set loan limits and bases the loan amount on the borrower's ability to qualify. You need a minimum credit score of 640 to qualify. If you have a question about your new home journey, send us an email to homeschool@hotonhomes.com.
Welcome to the stunning community of the Landing at Providence. Located in the 380 corridor, the community is just a short drive from Frisco, Denton, and McKinney. The Landing at Providence provides fun amenities including dog parks, walking trails, picnic areas, and a splash pad. The unique exterior design, spacious rooms, gourmet kitchens, and large master bedrooms are sure to amaze. With 70 years of homemaking experience, you can't go wrong with History Maker Homes at the Landing at Providence. Come see us today.
Hi, I'm Stephen Brooks. I'm CEO of Grand Homes. Today we want to talk about life space. Life space is a unique design concept where we give you additional space in the home that changes as your lifestyle changes. Come on in and let's take a tour and let me show you some life space. Welcome. As you can see, the beautiful interior architecture of the home. In addition to that, we have the life space. Life space is an extra room which we give you to use for your own individual family's lifestyle needs. Now, as your life changes through time, you have this additional space in your house that can be used for so many different things. You might want a downstairs media room. You might want a home office, a home study hall, library, den, man cave, or just a quiet space to get away from the noise of the day. This life space here is used as a downstairs media room. This could be a game room or just a nice place to get away. And this is a special space. We call this mom space. It's a quiet space for mom to lounge, read a book, enjoy herself, be away from the cares of the day and relax, maybe have a sip of wine. And this life space is being used as a guest room. It can be a spare bedroom or a bedroom for the family when they come home. And this life space is our multi-generational life space. This is a special space for a loved one who may be returning, who needs a full-service kitchen, sitting room, adjoining bedroom and bath. A complete home within a home. Well, I hope you enjoyed your Life Space tour. I hope you'll come out and see Life Space in one of our new model homes here in the Metroplex. Please come out to Grand Homes and see Life Space just for you.
There's nothing like the security and beauty of a brick home. And when it's ACME Brick, it comes with a 100-year guarantee. So when you're looking for a new home, look for the ACME name right in the brick. It's your assurance of genuine ACME Brick quality. When you talk with your builder, ask about ACME Brick. And to see ACME's wide selection of brick colors and textures, visit brick.com. ACME Brick, the best thing to have around your house.
All right, so you've received a counteroffer from the builder and you want to know what to do next. First, getting a counteroffer is a positive thing because if the builder thought your offer was unrealistic, they would have declined it. A counteroffer is the builder's way of telling you we can get this done and that they want to sell you the home. One way is to accept the counteroffer that the builder gave you. Sure, it may be more than you wanted to pay, but it may be in your budget. The other is to submit a counteroffer of your own. Moving a little closer to the builder may make all the difference in the world. There's still another strategy you can use, but we'll discuss that after looking at a few more amazing communities. Envision living in a picture-perfect tropical oasis with grand adventures, the wonders of the great outdoors, and a captivating and vibrant neighborhood full of fun and limitless recreation. Balmoral, A 750-acre Starwood master-planned community holds the unique distinction of being the first residential community in Texas with a world-famous crystal-clear lagoon amenity. Developed by Starwood Land, Balmoral offers residents the luxury of living in magnificent, well-appointed homes built by exceptional builders. The community, set within attractive gated, non-gated, and lakeside villages, provides new home buyers with a variety of coveted neighborhoods to choose from. When it's time to play, residents have countless amenities to keep them entertained, from a crystal-clear lagoon that serves as the crowning attraction of Balmoral's sprawling community to a vast amenity village that includes a clubhouse and terrace that overlooks an infinity-edge swimming pool. The amenity village is surrounded by the Green Bolt, a 12-foot wide network of multi-purpose trails with carefully designed intersections that traverse the community. This inviting atmosphere encourages residents to relax, rejuvenate, and connect with family and neighbors. The homes at Balmoral are equipped with a state-of-the-art technology bundle. By taking advantage of the emerging technology advances available in residential living today, homeowners can turn on the lights, open door locks, and even turn up the thermostat using a mobile device. Enhanced smart home features via a Honeywell Tuxedo System touchpad, which acts as both an automation controller and an interface. Balmoral is conveniently located in picturesque Humble, Texas, a thriving city within the Houston metropolitan area. A tropical paradise is within your reach without ever leaving the comfort of your own home. Visit Balmoral today and escape the ordinary. Surrounded by wooded hike and bike trails along Cotton Creek Park, Lake Forest in McKinney is a luxurious and tranquil place to call home. This master-planned community by Grand Homes features a world-class amenity center. Inspired by the way you live, the spacious and opulent homes are designed to provide enduring value. Each Grand Home is Energy Star certified, which means you can expect the most energy-efficient features available today. Make your brand new house the home you've always dreamed of at Lake Forest. The easiest way to find your dream home is with the Hot on Homes app. Just click on the QR code on the screen, download the app, and start looking for your new home. You can watch new home videos, use our helpful mortgage calculator to find out how much your monthly payment would be, follow local new home updates on our blog, discover new home incentives and discounts, enjoy the latest issue of Home Shopper magazine, or find the perfect mortgage or real estate partner. It's all here right at your fingertips. We created this app with local home shoppers in mind, with plenty of new homes and communities. Thousands of new home videos to watch, with information and tools you need to feel comfortable and confident as you start your new home journey. Everything you need to find the perfect new home, sell your current home, and get the best deal and find the perfect mortgage is right at your fingertips with our Hot on Homes app. Indulge yourself in a world of relaxation by floating along a winding lazy river or by building a sandcastle on a pristine white sand beach. Kids and adults alike will delight in the activities coming soon to Sierra Vista, an exquisite master-planned community conveniently situated along the Highway 288 corridor in Rocheron, Texas. Sierra Vista, developed by Starwood Land, offers a refreshing new concept in residential living with a wide range of single-family homes built by some of the most exceptional builders. A vast array of floor plans and elevations are available within this secure gated community. Year-round, friends and family will enjoy the planned activities at Sierra Vista's Amenity Center. This hybrid concept of pairing a lazy river with a sandy beach will be the first of its kind in the Houston area. Be prepared for endless entertainment in a cool and exhilarating new way. Sierra Vista residents will also have easy access to world-class amenities at sister community Sterling Lakes. Adventure is calling at Splash Pad Texas Water Park, along the hike and bike trails, and on a sand volleyball court. You can also discover your inner passions or discover new ones at the Junior Olympic Pool, the Recreation Center, or the exercise facility. The amenities here are truly endless. Rocheron is one of the fastest growing areas of Greater Houston, and Sierra Vista's location, just 20 minutes from downtown, makes it the right choice for residents on the go. Combine Alvin ISD schools, convenient shopping, and outdoor recreational opportunities, and you'll discover that Sierra Vista is the only place you want to be. Come stake your claim to paradise today.
With easy access to Lake Ray Hubbard, Highway 80, I-20, and I-635, Bloomfield Homes at Fox Hollow and Forney is the perfect central location for your busy life. Fox Hollow is in the highly acclaimed Forney ISD. Homes are built on oversized lots, have more included standard features than any other builder, and many have options for a 3-car garage. It's easy to see how Bloomfield Homes in Fox Hollow is the perfect place for the home of your dreams.
Looking to transform your outdoor living space? The ACME Brick showroom is more than just a wide selection of quality brick. It's a one-stop shop for your dream backyard. Our showroom features countless products for outdoor living life. From fire pits to full outdoor kitchens, the ACME Brick showroom is your destination to take your home project from concept to completion. Visit with one of our experts today and let us help you realize the full potential of your home. Go to brick.com to find a showroom near you.
Imagine a place with vast green belts, lush hillsides, and massive century-old oak trees as your backdrop. Set along the banks of the Mustang Bayou 2022 Master Planned Community of the Year, Pomona by Hillwood offers residents wide-open green spaces to connect with nature and the community around them. From the backyard that includes a colorful treehouse and zip line, resort-style pools with cabanas, a catch-and-release fish camp to the dock where residents can reserve kayaks, the fun and recreation at Pomona is truly endless. Pomona by Hillwood has partnered with builders who have been recognized for their quality craftsmanship, splendid designs, and impeccable customer service. Hidden away from the chaos of the city, Pomona is about balance, lifestyle, and family. Elevate the everyday as we are conveniently located in the Highway 288 corridor in the emerging city of Manville. Come find your home.
We've been searching for 2 years for the perfect home, and I can remember just being so frustrated not being able to find that home. And we were viewing another builder, and I kept telling them exactly what I want. I want these grand spiraling staircases, and I want a huge kitchen. And he just stopped and said, you really should be looking at grand homes. We found a Grand Homes, and the second we walked in the door, remember, we knew.
We knew this was home.
Yeah, the search was over, and it's been amazing ever since.
One of the things that we experienced, I think, that took it to another level is we were adopting from China, and with Savannah, the community just blew us away.
Yeah.
It seems as if when you step into the community that you're stepping into a family park. Our granddaughter said, it feels like I'm at Disney World right here in our own community.
Yeah.
And so that's huge for us.
Everybody talks about how home buying is stressful, and everybody talks about how building a home is stressful. However, Grand's made it just a completely stress-free from building, designing, customization. I would by far recommend Grand Homes to anybody and everybody, friends, family, people I don't even know.
100% because it was stress-free and they were very personable and very meticulous in everything they do. And in the future, if we buy another house, it will be with Grand Homes.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Today's homeschool topic is REO properties. REO is a term that means real estate owned and is used to describe a property that is owned by a lender, such as a bank, loan insurer, or government agency that was not sold at an auction. REO properties were once owned by individuals who stopped making mortgage payments, and the property went into foreclosure and was repossessed by the lender. Lenders then hold auctions for these properties to recover their investment. If the property isn't sold at auction, it becomes an REO property. If you have a question about your new home journey, send us an email at homeschool@hotonhomes.com.
Here at Macaw, we try to do an all-inclusive process. It really starts with the beginning process, whether the client has a lot, doesn't have a lot, whether we need to help them find a lot, whether they're partnered with a realtor, whether they're not partnered with a realtor. Personal guarantee I make to all my clients is the second that we can start the home, we start the home. The moment that the home closes, we have forms on the ground. So in the production world, everything is based on speed. The quickest you can do it and for the cheapest. In my opinion, they got one part right. We don't use the cheap materials. We spend the money on getting the high-end steel, the high-end concrete. We try to make sure that we have the high-end finishes in the home because again, we don't want to have or skip any kind of steps or minutia that could improve the performance of the home because these homes, when you buy one of our homes, you're not only going to get a home that lasts a lifetime, it's going to last multiple lifetimes.
At Monument Realty, being a top producing realtor takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. To show our appreciation for all their hard work, Monument utilizes our corporate sponsorships and exclusive office space to reward our agents with special VIP events and behind-the-scene experiences. At Monument Realty, we understand the importance of a healthy work-life balance and know that most successful agents are happy agents. Monument Realty has been voted as the top 100 place to work in Dallas-Fort Worth and #1 best mid-sized company to work for by the Dallas Morning News. Join us to see the difference a career at Monument Realty can make in your life.
Nestled on a peninsula between the shores of Lake Ray Hubbard, outdoor enthusiasts will agree. Grand Homes Lakeshore Village in Rowlett is the perfect place to live and play. The outdoors is beckoning with an endless array of year-round activities. The Garland ISD, with its Choice of School program, makes this community highly desirable. Grand offers a variety of open floor plans that allows you to design the best home for your family's ever-changing lifestyle. Experience the best in life at Lakeshore Village. One final way to negotiate a counteroffer from the builder is to find out exactly where you and the builder differ on the value of the home. Is it the base price of the home? Is it the added cost of the home site? Or is it the cost of the added upgrades? Often, it's in these details where you can find the reasons for the price difference or a better opportunity to compromise. If you've selected a pricey home site, can you be happy building on another lot? If the upgrades are running up the cost, can you accept a lower grade of granite, carpet, or wood flooring that would bring the price down? All these are great ways to get the home of your dreams at the price you want to pay. Don't forget to use the QR code to download the free Hot on Homes app, and you can find us on Roku, Hulu, and YouTube.
The Hot On production truck is sponsored by ACME Brick. ACME Brick, the best thing to have around your house.